together. Yeah.
All right, good afternoon, folks. It's July 7th at 5:04 p.m. Let's go ahead and get the meeting started. We'll start with roll call, so if you can start.
I'm Joan Nimbo.
Terry Murphy.
Emily Brennan.
Kate Sullivan.
Russ Tenuta.
Carol Stedman. Nadine Brady.
And I'm Mark Phillips. Sharon Henderson is also here. She's had to step out for a moment. All right. Minutes. Did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes?
Yes.
And does anybody have any changes that needs to be made to the minutes? Okay, can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. Approval of the minutes. Chair's report. So this past week or so has been, or a couple of weeks, has been an exciting time for our committee. So actually I want to wait till Sharon gets here. But I'll go over what some other things we're doing besides your stuff. We marched in the Bristol
You did?
4th of July parade.
Was that too hot?
Well, not for young people like us.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking, I couldn't see any. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
these people are nuts.
so we went up there, we marched in the parade. It was awesome. We got done with that.
I was just asking Kate if she was there, but she wasn't.
At the
said no.
parade?
Yeah. In Bristol.
Oh, yeah, so it was Ron Bergeron, Ken, me, Kathy Fogarty.
Did you dress?
Well, we dressed in our T-shirt that with our logo on it, so yes, we did dress in that. And we had other clothes on as well.
Okay.
Just want to be clear on that. And then on Saturday night, we went back up to Providence, and it was Kate, Ken, and I, and we were part of the 250th celebration at the State House. So they had a band, a concert band. They had regimental guys in uniform, reenactors. And then at the end, we went down to Waterfire, and Ken carried our town flag, and all 39 towns were accounted for, so everybody had a flag there. And Kate and I carried torches down.
Good for you. Good for you.
So it was a great ceremony. So the 4th of July worked out pretty darn good for us that participated in it. And it sounds like Terry had a great set of fireworks here
Yeah, it
in
was
South
good.
Kingston.
It was good. We can go to, we're gonna go through the events and work groups, right?
Yeah,
Give
we
you a
will.
little-
Yeah.
We'll give you a little brief.
Yeah, and also the Monument Committee's event was amazing. That was a class event right there. You guys did a great job putting that on.
Yep.
Putting that on. Okay, so events work groups, speaker series.
Yes, that's why I brought this, to see what we do. Carol has these posters made at the university, and we advertise, that will go out tomorrow because it won't be raining in front of Brickley's.
Good.
And we put it in front of Brickley's 2 days before, and then the day of, it goes in front of down to the Contemporary Theater.
That makes sense.
And a lot of people who have come to our event come in licking ice cream cones. And that's exactly who we wanted to get to come to the event, because it's not the natural crowd that is usually following these groups and seeing most of them. Most of our speakers have something to do with that monument.
Yep.
And so that was the theme, and that's just one you're seeing. He approved that first before we did it. And so anyway, I brought more of them just for you to see. So this group knows what's going on. It's been a lot of work while we're trying to put this event on. We've got one more series, one more after the 9th, which will be Christian. You've got a date on that, Terry?
So it sounds like you're discouraging lactose intolerant people. So you only want people that are eating ice cream.
It's the 13th. Is he-
We were trying to.
He's in August.
I was
I have
August 13th, if this is still accurate.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and so what's happening is I was a executive director of Main Street Milton outside of Pensacola, Florida. And that was the whole concept. And Main Street has come here to South Kingstown, by the way. There is a Main Street group. The state of Rhode Island has accepted it. And what we tried to do was exactly this. People walking along the street, and you've got your vendors, you've got all these little stores now that are profiting from what Main Street in South Kingstown has become. It has become, I mean, you go to the beach for a day or two and then you're downtown Wakefield, and that's the whole idea. So we got a bunch of new people, and when I get to the part when I talk about the descendants, you're going to hear about how the descendants who saw these posters, this sort of thing brought them in. And I did not understand I was supposed to be doing this just to let this be known. I thought I gave the speaker, it was brought to my attention that they needed speakers. Oh, I got speakers. These people are who we're using to do our monument program. And so then all of a sudden, I'm in charge of it. And I had no idea that was coming because I knew what was involved with this event that we just put on. So anyway, so I assume that everybody knows that they're taking this back in September. Do you have? Meaning the chair.
Any more speakers?
They didn't do anything.
There's one at the library, but that's through the library.
So there's nothing after this. I thought there was September,
No.
October, November.
No.
Oh, that's good then. It's over after this.
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay, that's good.
All right,
I had
thank
no
you.
idea.
Overhead banners, Tiger's not here, so
Well, it never
yeah, it never really,
came to fruition, but the WVA has a banner up now for River Fire, which it's not 250, but
yeah,
there is a banner.
okay. All right, so we can probably start taking that off the agenda, the overhead banner. Military history recognition.
Well, I'll talk about that when I get to the reception. I'll give it to you. Okay? Okay.
Well, what do you mean the reception?
Part of
After.
the ceremony was a reception.
Where all the food was.
At the last reception? Okay, well, now's a good time to talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the ceremony. There was two parts, a ceremony and a reception.
Mhm.
And it was supposed to be a tent when you left the ceremony around the monument. Then you would go over to the tent, which was going to be across the parking lot, and you go to a reception. The reason it was done like that, this day was so taken up that I didn't get most of these people who came until the day before. They would not commit. Once they understood, and Matt McCoy was in charge of this, he said, make it 2. He says, so because they want to go other places during this time. So we made it like you can come to the ceremony and leave if you're a speaker. And then if you want to stay in the audience, or you choose to stay and you want to mingle with the people in the tent, then this is the second part of the ceremony. And then we got rained on. So we didn't have it like that. So it was a tremendous success. It moved quickly. We stayed focused and well received. Although we had originally planned, like you say, to have it outdoors, it went indoors. Our distinguished guests were the Honorable Jack Reed, Honorable Greg Amori, Honorable Greg Ammo, Gabe Ammo, Honorable Daniel McKee, Governor of Rhode Island, and Director Kasim Yarn of the Office of Veteran Affairs. It included a posting of the colors by the regiment that Barnum Regiment. A bagpiper played during the entrance and again during the closing. A large image of the poster companion posted monument, Brave Men As Ever Fought, was when at the end we had, is anybody there?
Yes.
I think we were all
Yeah.
there.
You were all there?
Everybody was
Kate
there.
wasn't,
Oh,
but
okay, I
everybody
didn't know.
else was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know, so you know all this.
Yeah, we do.
But it's nice for the camera. The Rose tribute was at the end. And Luke Murray's, I think, presentation was one of the strongest parts of this. It was like, people were clapping.
He is awesome, yes.
He was awesome. And have you seen the monument picture? that was up, everybody here?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so anyway, so that, I brought that, I thought, I didn't know anybody came, I didn't know what was going on that day anyway. And then the, go ahead with the reception, if you want to say anything about that.
With the reception, thank you, Terry, for all your help.
Oh.
Seriously.
It's my
And
pleasure.
Jerry, thank you for filming it. Because I know, he was like all over the place. Yeah, he was, but,
I just could mention quickly, this is one part, I tried to plan to get some footage of the making of the
yeah.
structure, wherever
Oh.
that is, whenever that is, over in Connecticut somewhere. And then the installation.
Yeah.
There's gonna be 3 parts to that video.
Perfect.
Good.
We
Good.
already
Perfect.
have, and then the making of, and then the installation. So it's gonna be a nice video.
But as far as the reception end of it, everyone pitched in, and they ran around, they gathered food and stuff like that. We laid it out the best we could. It looked very pretty. There was a lot of work that was done to that, and Stephanie was the one that managed to get all the food, and then we just helped.
Yeah.
So that went very well, and just having those speakers there too. Maya Hill was also there from the veterans, in her regalia, in
Yeah.
case somebody wanted to talk to her, and Loren was speaking also. So.
It was a nice event.
Can I add to that? We had a 3-piece string ensemble playing period music. And what came of this, which was really exciting, is the descendant recognition. If you know, Betty was handing out, we did a all call for descendants ahead of time. So they started touching base with us, and we had pins for them. And what happened is the descendants really excited about their badges, and they were proud of their family connection. And they are going to now, they're interested in helping do the research for the flagging that we have started, which is, you know, brave men, the flagging of all the graves that we know about in South Kingstown. So they're on board with that, and also continuing the genealogy to go on with that. So I mean, you won't believe how many people want to get in a research group, and so this is really something. This is like morphing out from that, and I guess that's pretty much that's restoring one grave at a time is what we started in the very beginning with, and we've identified 25 more people that from the graves that are not photographed of people who are Caucasian who are not on the monument. And so that's another thing I'd like to announce. It's not just people who, you know, who are from indigenous and African heritage that have been left off the monument. And there's anything, so here's the best part. So today I spent the day on the phone with Governor McKee. I have his cell phone, and he said, "Thank you, Sharon. I've got that to prove it." Senator Reed's office has called me, and they want to earmark some money, not so much for the. They know that we're raising the money for the monument. They want to fund the plaza. Okay. Also, Senator Whitehouse office called me, and this is Andrew I talked to out of his office. He also wants to be involved with funding this. But it's the educational plaza when they saw Luke's presentation. Okay, that's what they're really interested in. I also spoke with, McKee. I haven't talked to his office, I just spoke to him. And so right now, we've got some major league funding coming out of a national fund, which I think is something we could be proud of.
Yeah.
And Luke needs a piece of granite with his name on it, etched into.
The cornerstone.
Really, I mean, he really
Right.
does. It's amazing. So I think looking ahead that that this complex has opened up all kinds of. Teresa Tanzi told me there would be more money next year. So right now, the legislative have given us 8 and 8 or 16, okay, and then the state, Gregor Maury, has given us another 8, so $24,000 right now. And now we're going to get input on this from. So they explained to me that what's going to happen in 1778 was when all the big you know, if you go to Portsmouth, all that their monuments.
Mhm.
There's another big thing coming out in '78, so they said they wouldn't mind making that part of, you know, that celebration as well in Rhode Island. So I guess I've said enough about it, but I'm trying to lead you to say what's coming up. And I'm really excited about staying with the program after this committee, this 220's up. I'm really anxious about staying with the complex itself. If the town foresees, I'll tell you one thing, the town council is very excited about it. And they actually are the ones who got Amo, they're texting him. So everything was done at the last minute. Honest to gosh, in the last 24 hours, everything changed. So you couldn't put together a program, and I did, well, you've seen the program. I was gonna say I brought a copy of the program.
Well, in any case, it turned out great.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Well
so,
done.
anything else to add?
The General Stanton fundraiser is going to take place July 29th to Wednesday, from 4 to 7:30.
Mhm.
We have baskets that are coming in. A couple of members from the Elks have stepped in. Deb Suggs also offered to make a basket for us. We have, I just got a couple of really good ones today, but I'll save those for later because it's going to be part of the auction and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we have raffles, auctions. The keynote speakers from the summer series have all agreed to come back and be present all in one room for that event.
Wow.
Perfect.
So that
That's
way
very
people
nice.
can just come in and chat with them and make it more informal than formal. We figured we'll have Luke's pictures displayed in one room and then have one of the speakers standing there, and whoever wants to go in that room and chat with them, they can at that point. It should be nice.
Nice.
Good, good.
So I'm working on the flyer. I'm still working on trying to find sponsors to cover the snacks or appetizers that would be present, because if we have to do that, then we have to charge a big amount, and I don't want to really do that.
I think that
it's
would deter
better
people.
if people came and then just bought the raffle tickets, because
Yep.
it's just like the Elks ones where it's,
Yeah.
you get a sheet of 25 and that one
Oh,
number
yeah.
at the top, it's so much easier. So Joy offered to help do that, handle that section for us, so.
Is this for a dinner or?
No, it's just gonna be like comfortable, relaxed atmosphere. Raffles all in one room. You can go get a drink if you want, but there'll be like munchies there. People will be going around with appetizers, passing them out. But we're trying to get it so that it's nice, relaxed, and affordable in a sense.
And you said 4 to 7:30, Carol?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
They do have a maximum number of people in their big function room, and that's the fire department. It's very about that.
Yeah.
So I've forgotten what the maximum amount is, but they're very,
Yeah, we're gonna have like those 3 main rooms off
Oh,
to
yeah.
the back, and
Uh-huh.
then we'll be going in on that side entrance.
Right.
So that
Yep.
way it doesn't disturb the people that are going in to eat dinner.
you're right, okay. Yeah, because the other 2 rooms, people, people could be in those other 2 little rooms, the historic room and then that, like a little porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the main room there, that's the one that,
Maybe you could add an auction for a date with Russ to your list.
He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, you gotta keep some.
And I was
coals
telling
in the
him she's
fire,
very
you
pretty
know?
and
Yeah.
they look nice.
Have you met his girlfriend?
Yes, I
Oh.
did. At Woodham's Pond.
Okay.
But that's where that's going, so.
Okay, Russ?
Yeah, so for the town beach party, we pretty much have everyone lined up that we were hoping for, with the exception, still waiting for Alltown to see if they're able to help us out. And we are still waiting to hear back from the Navy Band. We have the application in, and they had asked for a little bit of more information just regarding the layout of the park, the bands who would also be participating. So, they said it could take about 30 to 60 days to find out. So it's going to be cutting it close,
They're always
unfortunately.
like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, they won't decide until 30 days before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm hopeful. It didn't seem like they had any objections to anything so far. I did inform Ted, who's going to be in charge of the music on that, so he's aware.
Good.
And, he'll prepare for a backup band if they can't make it. And another aspect of that is the flyover. We do have the application in, and they're processing that as we speak, and I'm in touch with a captain who's going to be helping push that through for us.
Good.
Yeah. Mhm. Other than that, we're going to be starting to get the contracts ready and have everything official in the next couple weeks or so.
Sweet.
Russ, can you just touch base with me when you start to generate those things? Because those require financial commitments from the town and the like. And also
Absolutely.
setup, because I'm understanding that there might be a different setup that we'll need to talk about.
Okay.
Just so we're sure
Awesome.
it's viable.
Yeah, maybe we can set up, a time, either, this week's, I know busy, trying to get, the
Yeah,
4th
we
of
can,
July
we
settled
can
and
do
all,
it next
but-
week
Yeah,
and,
okay.
or whenever.
Okay, great.
That'd be good.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks. That's it, thanks.
All right, thank you. All right, budget. So you've talked about your grants and donations already. Is there anything to add to what you already talked about?
Actually, I did some calculations of all the different events to try to come up with this is not final. There's still reimbursements out there. There's things that are not, I'm not saying this is the definitive budget, but I am saying this is ballpark for what I see having been, spent on different events. This is I don't know if I have enough, I might share, but a workbook of different things. If you and Nadine, yep. Carol, Kate, Russ, do you have one?
No. Thank you.
So the front page is basically an overview of all of the activities that, and I apologize for the small font, but this is, I needed to get it all.
No,
on
it's
one
great.
page. Which shows, most of these are what I have noted as actual expenditures, with the exception of the Town Beach Day, because that hasn't happened yet. That's the budget that was established. And right now, it comes out to about $29,255. On the revenue side, we had the original 30,000. Last month I was wrong when I thought we only had 20,000. So the original 30,000 town council allocation, an additional 2,000 specifically for the military recognition ceremony, and then the $5,000 RI-250 grant, which was put towards the skirmish, for a total of $37,000 with a balance of $7,745. That does not include any of the grant money for the monument. So, because that's not in here, and that's going into a separate
It's in another
fund,
account.
dedicated fund. So what I'm seeing right now is about a $7,700 balance. Again, I think there's some outstanding numbers that I'm not sure of, like, I know we're getting everybody reimbursed for the military recognition. Not sure whether the school department's charging us for their time.
No. Oh,
Um,
yeah, except that one, maybe.
Yeah, so Joe said they might be, I don't know what that's gonna be, but this is, like I said, this is
Nice, this
ballpark.
is nice.
So the next tab is the speaker series tab, and, right now I'm showing the actual amount spent at $2,503. I believe I've included the upcoming costs for McBurney. No charge for him, for Geek, but for McBurney, there's another $500 honorarium for him. So I believe that's already in there.
When you say no charge, he's already been paid?
No, it says that there was no invoice, that he wasn't charging the
I
town.
don't think that's true.
Okay.
Okay, does that come through John?
On his list of speakers?
I don't think so, but I'll check it out.
Okay, yeah, do that. So this is what I mean.
Find
So
out
if there
now.
is, because
Yeah.
I'll need his information,
Mhm.
W-9, the whole deal. But it's good to talk about this, because these are the things that we need to know. So there's still funds there, so if we need to pay another speaker, that's fine. The skirmish is the next page. These are actuals, and did I manage to get it on one page? I did, a little small, the font, but, you can see the total cost, $14,778, and of that, there was budgeted $13,700 from the town funding, $5,000 from the grant, and a $500 donation, but I can't remember who that was from. Kenny got it from a vendor, I forget who. So that's the skirmish. 4th of July was just a $500 allocation, which I don't even think we spent that. I left it on there. I just need to go back and check my records, because I may have done one Amazon purchase for decorations. But it might have come out of the general fund and not this fund, so we could have an extra 500 there. The Revolutionary commemoration event, this is still being calculated, but I think I've got everything here. You're gonna have to take
This,
a.
the tent, I want to talk about the tent.
The tent, we didn't have, so
No, I found out about that.
I didn't think we were getting charged for the tent.
The tent, all right, here's the way it was explained to me today. I talked to Nicole at Ocean State, and I had the old invoice that you sent from when we did it in '23. And she said the way it works is if you send a PO the minute you receive your invoice to them, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know. So, and
Well, what do you mean it doesn't matter?
means there's no charge, okay? So I was told at a meeting that, didn't Stephanie say that we would have to pay for the tent, correct?
I don't.
Steph used her card as a deposit.
Yeah, she.
Right,
She
right.
put it on her credit card.
right, so here's what they said, okay? If you had turned in a PO, then it was like no charge. But what you get out of this is another free tent. You can have the tent again and within a year, but no, there is a charge for that, and it is, the way they reimburse is with renting another tent, that caliber.
All right, we'll have to,
You need to
let's
talk about
revisit
that.
this,
Yeah.
because I'm not really,
See,
okay.
because had that thing turned in and then a PO made for the tent, then it was like, if it's the night before, the day before, the day of.
Well, I think it was just that they wanted to secure the tent, which I understand, because it was at a busy time,
Mhm.
so,
But the whole thing is that you don't get the money back. There's she's not getting 1,400, whatever it was, back. You're getting a free tent rental at a
okay, the
future
town's
time.
gonna have to reimburse make Stephanie whole then.
That's what I'm saying, you got a budget here, I just wanted to talk about that.
Okay, and then the town beach day is all still just budgeted,
Yeah.
because we don't know what the final is on that. And the marketing page, we did the graphic, we did, I have the t-shirts here. If you did not get a t-shirt and you would like a t-shirt, take one before you leave. We did the stickers, the USA250 stickers, which I think we might still have some from the 4th of July left, so we can still distribute those. And the t-shirt, and I think that was it. So, $1,400 or so was on marketing, and I think that was it. And that's it. So we're at about $30,000, including the town beach, if we spend all of the $7,800 on the town beach. So that's what the budget is.
Okay. All right, so the balance of 7,000 is essentially already accounted for?
No, it's not. So
Okay.
you've got about 7,000. Again, this is pretty close, but I just want to make sure I'm not
But that's
overstating.
not including the tent, right?
That's not including the tent. So I understand, but I didn't realize that was.
I didn't either.
So we'll look at that. So maybe it's more like 6,000. That there's a balance.
Go with a lower bid, just to play it safe.
Because I can foresee.
So in addition
On the
to
beach,
78.
bring the tent.
Okay.
So if the committee needs to determine what those funds, what they're gonna go towards.
Mhm.
And I can see us with this descendant thing. I'd like to, I wanted to put forth at the table, having some, some revenue towards, printing out decals or doing research or, making pamphlets or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely up to the committee. That's definitely a discussion to be had. See
Yeah.
how you want to get through the remainder of the year and what you want to use those funds
Yeah,
for.
so if we have, so it looks like excuse me, our September event was budgeted for $7,800, right?
Right.
So that was our original budget. And that was enough money, right?
No, it was not. As of right now, and again, there's a lot of number crunching that still needs to be done, but we were about 2,500 shy based on what we were thinking about at the time. And
You need a total of about 10,000.
yeah, well, yeah, at least I'd say, we had talked about having a s'more station, which hasn't been budgeted yet, and we were hoping to maybe get a donation from, a store that might be able to help us out with that. So,
Yeah, Shaw's or Belmont will probably help with that.
yeah, they haven't been approached yet, but, we, with the bands and everything else, we are about 3,000 shy as of right now.
All right, so, and our total left in the bank is 7,745.
No, it's probably more like 6,000 now if the tent,
That was
if we
15.
could not get our.
So $1,500 for the tent.
So I would say closer to 6,000 is what?
So we need $4,000.
No. No, we've already budgeted, there's $7,800 that's already budgeted.
Oh, okay,
So this is
so the
leftover.
extra $7,745, which is now $6,000.
Yep,
Is
is a balance.
the balance left after all of our events.
Yep.
Okay,
So we've got, obviously, we've got,
So
still
we
got the
need-
military recognition, we've got the town beach, we've got one more speaker, we've got a speaker who, we're probably gonna pay that I didn't think we were paying, but, so there's things out there that the committee will have to vote on how you wanna utilize those funds.
all right.
So, I mean, you don't have to do it right now, but,
Well, it might not.
You know,
be a bad
maybe there's
idea to do it while
proposals
he's
that
trying to plan
get
an
put
event.
forth.
He needs the money to get it going.
Yeah, I think maybe we want to try to get Russ some money for his event here.
okay,
And
well, if somebody wants to
so
make a
you need
motion.
$3,200 more dollars?
Again, this is not official. I'm not prepared to say exactly how much I'll need.
But it's.
Just looking at it preliminary, we had noticed, we were at least 2,500 at the time. This was going back a couple months. But, we've added some things and, we're still waiting on the Navy band, what that might entail. So,
Do you have the flexibility to kind of push the decision off to our next meeting? That way we can also loop the chair into the discussion.
Well, I think we might want to see if we can get.
Can we
Russ.
budget 32 now? And then I think the committee has been, to me, if you need some
Yeah, then
extra
that would
money,
be-
they're gonna give it to you.
then that
And
would
if
be
you don't have
11
enough, it won't be used, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if you have that backup when you're trying to plan, it sure does help.
So it sounds like Sharon would like to make a motion to
Yes.
budget
Yes,
$3,200 extra for the
yes,
town.
yes, I do. I'll make that motion.
Okay, second?
Second it.
Cheryl seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
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 Now
Opposed,
with,
say nay.
now with the balance of that,
Hold on,
nay.
one second.
Okay.
Are you saying nay?
No, go ahead.
Okay. The motion passes unanimously to add $3,200 to the $7,800 for the Town Beach Day event.
Okay.
And that leaves us with about $3,000-ish left over.
Yes.
So.
Okay, and then,
My question was, because I'm looking for a sponsor for the food, could the 250 sponsor the function for us?
how much is that gonna cost total?
It's $32.50 actually, because it counts the service of the 3 people that will be working and their tips and stuff. But they're giving us the building for it.
And I'd like to also ask for some money for this descending thing that started
Okay.
as a result.
So it sounds like there's about $2,800 left to use up.
And you've paid everybody so far, or you just don't know?
Well, we still have some.
This is a ballpark, so we don't have a final.
Yeah, so we definitely don't wanna run this down to zero and then
Right.
be in the
Stuck.
hole. We can't do that. And so it looks like we don't have $3,200 for that and for,
But it could be, it's not my place, I'm not
No,
I'm
tell
not a
me.
voting member, but even a portion of the balance, whether it's $1,000 or something towards the,
Yeah.
to,
Yeah, because I am reaching out
to
people.
offset whatever sponsor dollars we may be able to get, to have a portion of what's in the balance go towards fundraiser, go towards materials for, the descendant, program, something like that.
all right.
And I'm thinking like a couple $100.
Oh,
Okay, so would you like to make a motion for $200?
I would.
Would anybody like to second that?
I'd like to just understand a little bit more about the Descendants program.
Okay, so what we have is we have research people who are descendants and who want to help us with flagging the graves and things like that. And so we're making decals, flyers, we'll have get-togethers and things like that. And I've been doing, like, I made these programs out of Sharon's, you know, these were made out of me. And so, you know, to keep from me having to pay for my own printing, I can print everything at my house and things like that. If I had a little bit for paper and a little bit for clips and things like that, that would really help, because I really put that much into it myself personally.
It absolutely a worthy project. But I think at the beginning of this committee, we agreed on certain programs that we were going to support and further, the memorial being one of them. So I think it makes sense to give a certain, some portion of the remainder of the memorial. I'm
Well,
not sure.
200 is not a lot to ask, and it is directly military recognition beyond, you know, we got more flags we're gonna be getting.
No, I understand, and I think it's a worthy program, but I think before we expand what the committee wants to financially support, we should make sure that the programs that we did approve and we've been talking about for the last year are fully supported.
Right. Well, are they fully supported?
Russ's budget isn't fully formed yet. I know we just agreed to give him some additional, and it sounds like we're gonna have a vote, and there will probably be agreement to support the fundraiser event coming up later next month.
It's this month, it's the
It's this
29th of
month.
July.
We actually went down to the town, Wakefield Merchants, to their meeting. So we have a table that will be going out when they have that next function down at the Saugatucket, selling T-shirts.
And we also have a 501c, we have an organization, the Friends of the South Kingstown, Historic Cemeteries, Monuments, and Memorials that are collecting money, funding. And right now, I just sent Luke, who was very much aware of this, some wording to see if it could go on the GoFundMe page. So there's lots of fundraising going through that that organization. It's not just coming out of here. So that's being supported another way, and that's kind of what we were told we had to do, because the town was not going to, remember in the very beginning, was not going to have a monument. So you have to know that that's going on as well, okay?
Is that written broadly enough that that would be able to assume some of the costs for the Descendants program?
I don't think so. I think that's strictly for the little monument.
Strictly for the
Yeah,
monument.
this is for the,
Okay.
this is for this memorial and the complex, because like you said, we have found more people that will not go on that little monument, that they're not from that color and that background, so therefore, this is for anybody that's a descendant, and people are coming out of the walls that are descendants, because everybody does their genealogy. I had no idea. So I think that's pretty cool. So I make a motion for $200. Can anybody second that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
Hey,
Okay,
I think
So
we should
one,
stick
two.
to-
huh?
I just think we're biting off more than we can chew here. If you're already looking at possibility of being in the hole, let's deal with what we have right now before we add more on.
We have a motion on the
That's-
table and a vote,
that's-
okay?
Well,
Yeah,
I
what
I
was the
skipped,
vote?
I skipped over discussion.
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
was,
Okay, fine.
so we
okay.
need to take another vote.
That's just, I agree with you there.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, we're struggling to help him get his funding with things that we've already done. These are things that we're supposed to be working on. Let's do this first and see where we end up later. That's just my personal opinion.
other discussion?
If I may, if it comes to not having the funding for supplies of that, let's say a cap of $200, if it's necessary, the department can support that, if necessary, through our supplies. We can either provide paper, we can purchase a ream of paper, whatever. It's a minimal enough amount that I think we would be able to support
Sounds
that
like we can
outside
do an
of the,
in-kind kind of
yes.
support.
Yeah. So if you're
Well,
comfortable.
yeah, and I feel like, I'm out here beating the bush with these people for this monument. This is what, with all these senators and people like that, so I think I'm putting in my 2 cents worth
Mhm.
of money to support that.
Everybody else
Yeah,
helped work
I
on
know,
that
I
too.
know, but I'm saying that to this committee, that's a military recognition, to say no, it's like.
Nobody's saying no.
No, I'm just saying.
Let's deal with what we have
I'm saying, we had a
first.
vote on the table, and now we're gonna do it again, and we voted for
But we
it.
have to because I didn't do
Okay,
discussion.
okay.
So I made a Robert's
Okay,
Rules of Order
okay,
mistake,
all right,
and that's on me.
okay.
So, that being said, the motion's on the table for $200 to go to Sharon to cover administrative costs
For Descendants program.
for a Descendants program, seconded by Carol. Okay, all in favor, say aye. 1, 2, 3, 4. All opposed? Nay? 1. Was that 1, 2, 3? Okay. 4 to 3 in favor.
Thank you.
And that leaves us with about $3,000, right?
A little less.
A little less than $3,000.
I'll be finding out within the next week, more or less, if I'm gonna have the funding for it. Otherwise, I would just like to have it as a free event and
Yeah,
a donation
absolutely.
jar there, so that way it's more interesting and
Mhm.
everyone can relax and enjoy
I
themselves.
think you'll get more of a turnout that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Especially-
also this is for the monument, for donations for the monument.
Right.
So could you take money from your 503?
Of course.
to use for that?
And there's,
could.
and there's $24,000 in there that I got, okay?
Right, but the point of that is to save it for the monument,
Mhm.
not just.
Right.
But what I'm saying is as an investment, so
Right.
you,
Yeah, I
you
mean-
help get a fund, so you pay, how much was it, $32? $32 for a
It's
fundraiser,
$32.50.
$32.50 for a fundraiser, and you raise $12,000. Well, you $10,000 plus.
Yeah, well, I figured with the T-shirts, but that will be later, so that part of that process will be, added into it. But it's just whether or not I have it right up front to give them.
But my question was, can your 503,
They could probably
Give-
take it out,
yeah,
but then,
maybe that would be a good place to get funding for that. And that way it leaves our $2,500
available for.
available for incidentals, things that we don't know about. If Russ's thing comes up being a little bit more expensive than planned, then that leaves that money
There,
in the bank
that's fine.
for us, instead of dropping us down to zero when we still have a couple of things left to do.
And then as this committee winds down in the next several months, we can revisit it, and whatever our balance is, then Carol can make a motion to apply that to the monument. Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe, but I'm thinking, well, no, not really. So what I'm thinking
We'll
is.
see what happens.
It's her request for a couple $1,000 to offset the cost of the fundraiser on the 29th. If she has another pot of money from the 503C1C.
Who won?
501c3.
501C. Dyslexia is getting kind of rough here, I'm telling you. But looks like there's another source for that instead of here. And then we keep a couple $1,000s in our coffer for Russ's thing that comes up, for the speaker series, or whatever comes up. And then I think when the monument is made, at the end of the day, we're gonna wanna have a reception that's gonna cost money for that.
That's true.
So at the end of when December rolls around, if we wanted to leave the 250th open for Sharon's monument, that $2,000 can just stay there, or
And
however
go
much
toward
is
that
left
instead.
over, and then we can apply that
That's
toward the reception, if it's done in December, or if it's done in February, or whenever the
That might
monument is
not
done.
be at the end of this fiscal year.
That's fine. So whenever it is, but at some point, all of us on this committee, our work will be done, and it will be the monuments. The only
So
thing
like
left.
when we had our, I don't mean to interrupt you, but we had the 250, the 300, there was money left over, correct, Terry?
A very little amount that ended up in this.
In this, it went to
Yeah,
us.
it went-
Maybe
yeah.
a $2,000.
Right, so they held it and then decided later what to do with it.
Yeah, well, the original intent of that was to leave it as seed money for the next, which wasn't really, but the next the 350th.
Oh,
You know, that
okay.
type of thing, but that's an awful long time to wait.
You will all be dead. You will.
Hey, I'll only be 114.
Yeah, so anyway,
Just
that was the intent.
111, the last World War II vet just died, 111 years old.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we've got Russ a little bit extra breathing room from our budget.
Yep.
I think we have Sharon some money for administrative supplies. And then it sounds like you have another avenue to help pay for this
I do.
charity fundraiser. And yeah, being free would be great.
Yeah.
'Cause,
That's what I'm-
yeah,
that's what I'm trying to
when I
push.
go to stuff free, it's just my favorite.
And another thing I was gonna say about the money, I believe that this money coming from the government at the state and federal level will be coming to the town. That's why they want to do it. They're gonna send it to the town. The town has a separate account, and then they'll transfer it over however it goes. But that money, on 3 discussions, they said they would want to send it to the account where the town is.
Mhm.
And that's what Tansy said. They insisted that's the way they want it to flow. So, and the project is a combination, it is a partnership. So, I just wanted to bring that up to this committee, that I had no idea. I thought it would be going to the 501(c)(3).
Mhm. Okay, all right, so we've got that budget thing square. Community outreach, you've talked about already about White House, Reed, any other community outreach?
Yes, it's gonna be Kissimmee and Governor McKee. That's gonna be big.
Kissimmee Yarn?
Yeah,
He's the Veterans.
the Director of Veterans
Oh,
Affairs.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and when is that?
I just got started. That
Okay.
you have to do is you gotta present, I have got to take and put all this out, again, all the details. And then they look at it and start carrying, they feel like it's
Okay.
worthy. But it's
So-
gotta be town stuff. And Luke's already talked to Senator Reed. He's already in conversation. They've already, one of the things they want is that video that he's presented. They want it on their desktop when they're decision making. Because this is gonna go before, this is gonna be
Yeah.
earmarked money from the federal government. And monuments are not, right, he said monuments are all day long, 1,000 people want monuments, but the educational complex, that's a whole other ballgame. And that's very appealing to them, and that's what Carol, when she first started with the university, and we talked about Brown University, and some of our speakers have been speaking here, are from those institutions, and that's what the draw is, right there.
So it's be something easy to sell. Okay, good job. Marketing, so Emily,
Yes.
social media and marketing website? So any news on our website or social media?
Our posts do really well. Our event posts do really well. We've gotten a lot of feedback for the monument. 4th of July did well, and
We've got
Memorial
updates
Day.
on the website too, so.
The what?
Updates on the
Yeah.
website.
It's,
Yeah.
the website's been very successful.
Yeah.
We're, driving people there that want.
That's how I got a lot of this, was from your website.
There's also information on the RI250 events page, which is the state website, and we've submitted for every event, we've submitted through the RI250 event webpage, and they have a calendar of all events all over the state, so, yeah, I think it's been good.
Good. Sounds like Emily's doing a good job.
Yep.
Are you guys able to see how much traffic you get, like, number-wise?
I don't, well, from Facebook, yeah.
and Instagram,
Mm.
yes. I haven't gotten a chance to do the monthly report yet, 4th of July, but
Mm.
that's something I'll have to go up this week and look at our numbers and see how. But I know, like, the engagement, when I post photos from the events, that does the best. People love that stuff.
Are you getting more response from your Facebook or your Instagram?
Facebook, always. Facebook always has more response.
Because it's the age, the age group that looks at Instagram is in the 30s or the 20s. And our age group looks at Facebook. They don't, I mean, the kids I know that are in government, they go, we don't even look at it.
No, you're right.
Hey, I look at Instagram as well.
Wow.
It's 'cause I'm
You're cutting edge.
I'm young at heart.
I look at both of them.
Yeah, so I've always used Facebook. I kind of always use Facebook like LinkedIn. So I feel like if you use it like that, and I also reviews.
Yeah, you got some
know,
young people that do.
But it just does, everything does well there, so.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
This is a poster that we've made so far. But it says free down there. And that's the only thing, I don't want to post it yet in case. So, but you're welcome to look at it.
Yeah.
And, as soon as I know, which I was hoping this week. then
Okay, yeah, if we can find
set
it out.
I don't see anything about Russ on there. What the hell, man?
Trying to give him away? Do you want to see it
Well,
anyway?
it would be the silent auction.
Oh, yeah, the silent auction is a quilt that was made that's gorgeous. It's not the one that's going to be for the monument one. That one will be later, and that is being done by Susan Menahan. It's probably valued at about $700 if you was to make it. So,
Wow.
So that's part of the silent auction, and we'll just go around and we'll see. And then there's Wayne, he's making jewelry, so he's doing like a necklace and things like that. And then I have a friend of mine who's gonna donate, making either a small patio or the walkway. So there's things that are coming up that are out of the box, which I'm trying
Yeah,
to reach for.
that's great.
Sweet.
So,
That's awesome.
All right, it's time to talk about our next meeting. So the only thing we have going on in August is one speaker series for the month of August. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
So we've been meeting pretty much every month-ish so far. Do we need to meet in the month of August?
I don't think so.
Huh? Yeah, I don't see a reason to meet in the month of August.
No.
Our next event is at the end of September, so I would recommend
Or
September.
after that.
Hold on, don't we
Either-
have something in August?
one-
Oh, we have a speaker event?
Yeah.
A speaker event and the 13th.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad we voted on that other stuff then, because we don't have to wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was there taking on my phone, yeah.
So I would say,
Yeah, yes,
God daggone,
yeah,
smarter than I am.
yeah. No, but we should talk
September
about
9th,
that.
the Wednesday
because
after Labor Day.
You have the professional camera.
September 9th is the Wednesday after Labor Day. That sounds good to me. Is everybody good to go on that Wednesday, September 9th? Okay. Can we get a motion for September 9th?
And we have our next meeting at September 9th.
Motion,
Motion?
I'll second.
Second. So a motion and a second. Any discussion? I don't want to make that mistake. Yeah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Any second? All in favor? Aye.